Subscribe now.
Apple has built up a laundry list of incredibly flattering media headlines over the years, as it transformed under Steve Jobs and now CEO Tim Cook into the world's largest company by market cap, and perhaps the most powerful firm in the world. Despite all the acclaim surrounding the iPod, iPhone and the iPad, there are a few things Apple has done since it was founded in 1976, which it wishes the public would just forget. There have been concerns over the company's labor practices in China, product flops, and fears that the company isn't the overwhelming growth engine it once was. To some extent, these have all weighed on consumer and investor sentiment. Yet, there's still plenty more that remain largely unscrutinized. Here's 5 things that Apple doesn't want the public talking about. 5. Apple TV and the iWatch may not be runaway hits. Sika Wealth Management founder and CIO Jeffrey Sika doesn't see much corporate enthusiasm for the Apple TV and the upcoming iWatch. That signals to him that the company might not see the products as having the growth potential many would expect. The products are still developed and supported by Apple only because the consumer tech giant wants to keep an arsenal of products available to its core consumer base. 4. Samsung is a bigger threat than Apple wants to admit. The battle between Apple and Samsung, the largest competitor to Apple for hardware, has been going on for years. The companies have been locked in patent lawsuits over software, though some have speculated that Apple's gripes should actually be with Google, and less with Samsung. 3. Apple technology isn't all that original. While the public generally thinks of Apple as having invented markets, be it smartphones, MP3 players, or tablets, that's not true. Apple enters markets where there are already competitors, struggling to figure out what the end consumer wants, and gives it to them. The iPhone was not the first smartphone, the BlackBerry was. However, it was the first to offer touchscreen in a way that was easy for users to use, and combined the internet with a music player. Apple is now credited as having revolutionized the category. 2. Apple isn't perfect. Before Jobs returned to the company, Apple was in disarray, and was seemingly trying to produce every piece of consumer electronics out there, including cameras. In the early 1990s, Apple launched QuickTake, a digital camera. The digital camera market was still very early, and the QuickTake had no zoom, focus, the range was tiny and the storage was next to nothing, allowing users to store just 8 pictures. It was a disaster. 1. Apple is aging. The big issue for Apple since Jobs passed away is its pipeline. Some have said Jobs left a pipeline of products, others have said that he did not. With that, it's not clear that Apple can maintain its innovation going forward.